So today I thought it might be fun if I broke the law. I tracked down 10 of the weirdest laws I could find from America, and today I'm gonna break them right here in Ireland. Now, I'm not gonna go rob a bank, let's be for real here, but I am gonna break 10 legitimate, actual, factual laws. So prepare yourself, because
I'm a bad girl.
that is probably not something a bad girl would say. The first American law I'm going to break today is jaywalking. Now, I learned an interesting thing when I was researching this video. Jaywalking was actually created by the motor industry itself back in the day in order to popularize cars. So when cars were first introduced, people who were walking around on their own two legs felt like they owned the streets. And the car people said,
No, that should not be so. We should be the most important people on the road.
So they began a campaign to encourage the shunning, basically, of people who didn't stick to the walking lane, which is now called the sidewalk, or the footpath, or the pavement, depending on where you're from and where you're watching this video. We covered that in a whole other video. This one is particularly popular, and while it is a minor offence, it is illegal. You can technically go to jail for it if the cop is in a bad mood that day. You basically wouldn't want to get a police officer on the day he found out that McDonald's don't sell fudge sauce anymore. Yes, that's an actual thing. My life is over. So off I go, breaking the law for you. Woo! I'm such a lie. I'm such a lie. I'll go where I want. Ooh, I'm a rebel. I'm a bad person. I am such a rebel, aren't I? Law number 2. The next law I'm going to break is one that's not exactly pertinent to me because I don't drive, but it's pumping your own gas. So in America, it's a thing that when you go to a garage, or what do you guys call it? Let me know in the comments. Frequently, a person who works there will pump your gas. We call it putting petrol in. Again, not everywhere, but it's a thing that's quite mainstream in America. In Ireland, the idea of somebody pumping your gas, that is so passé, don't do that.
When people do this, I don't really know what that means.
It's just really strange. It's kind of like when you go to a nightclub and the attendant working in the bathrooms tries to help you wash your hands and you're like,
I know how to wash my hands. I've been doing this for a really long time, but thank you.
And then you usually give them a tip for helping you with a thing that you didn't really need help with. Now, breaking this law was actually more problematic than I had intended because I don't own a car, and I also realized while doing it, I've never pumped petrol before. So basically, I just bought a random person free petrol, and this is how it went. I'm probably gonna have to learn to drive at some stage. And yeah, I probably will do it on camera for your entertainment. Next up is spitting. Spitting is gross. Okay, I understand if you're playing sports, you might need to spit because, you know, reasons. I also understand that if you have a medical condition, you might need to spit because reasons. But if you are just spitting because you think it's cool, you're disgusting.
Disgusting.
When I see a cute guy walking along the road and they're just walking and then they just suddenly go like, ew. If you're walking around in your regular day and you're finding you have an excess saliva problem, you should see your doctor because it's probably the symptom of something. If you're doing it to look cool, it's not cool. So anyway, in some parts of America, they made spitting illegal because back in the day, tuberculosis was a thing, and tuberculosis can kill you. So they figured spitting was spreading the disease and was not good, which is a good reason for a law. Well done, Oklahoma. And so I went out and tried to spit for your viewing pleasure. I may have cheated this one a little.
And action. Come on, you can do it. You're a bad boy, remember? Go. Chewie, spit for you!
This next one was brought to my attention by one of my patrons, and it's Vermont's public nudity law. So you can do whatever you like on private property.
Whatever you like.
But when you go outside, you can't take off your clothes. Now, there is a loophole, Vermont, because you can go out of your house with your clothes already off. And that would be a matter of discretion for a police officer who happened upon you, but it's not expressly illegal. The problem they have is with the disrobing whilst you are in public. And this law exists in a couple of other states too. So I guess let's go get naked. Did you really think I was going to do that one? For real? Did you really think I would? You should be ashamed of yourself. The next law has kind of been retracted in a lot of states, but some people still have it in their law rules, whatever they're called. But it came in the 90s, and it's to do with baggy pants. Baggy pants are illegal in some states. Or you guys call them saggy pants, which is strange because we'd refer to a saggy arse, but not the clothing item so much anyway. In the 90s, baggy pants were hugely popular, and this meant that people who wore baggy pants had to put a lot of thought into their boxer shorts, or one hoped they put a lot of thought into their boxer shorts because the whole world could see them. And the reason baggy pants was made illegal was twofold. Number one, people kept falling over, like for real, in a comedic way. They were all falling over and hurting themselves on public property and then suing each other. It was a whole thing. Number two, people could fit a lot of stuff down their pants, so people could rob places really easily. Like, there was one guy who robbed an entire TV set by putting it down his trousers. Like, isn't that crazy? So I understand why this law was brought in. Here I go. I actually spent money on buying those trousers and now I really like them, so yeah. This next one makes me super duper sad for you, America. Legitimately so. Okay? One of my favorite things in the entire world is brie. It is so good. It is deep fried brie and there's melty cheesy goodness and it just tastes so good. You don't know what you're missing. But wait, you guys are like, no, we have brie. Oh no. Oh no. You don't have real brie. See, the FDA brought in a law that banned unpasteurized cheese. And real brie is an unpasteurized cheese. They brought it in because they feared E. coli and other bacteria spreading to the America. And as a result, you guys are missing out on the sweet baby cheeses.
A box of baby cheeses.
If you do get a chance to come to Europe, you need to try brie, real brie, because it's amazing. And I really enjoyed breaking this law for your pleasure. This next one really is a weird one, and I had to do it yesterday because it's only illegal on a Sunday in Georgia. On the face of it, this law is bizarre, and the explanation for it doesn't clear up the bizarreness too much. It was brought in to stop people stealing things, mainly horses, but the law itself is that you can't put ice cream in your pocket on a Sunday. Yep. Not sure how that connects, but let's do it. I ruined my brand new favourite trousers for you. I hope you're happy, internet. This next one is notorious. In America, because of the Small Parts Act, I think that's what it's called, but I can't be bothered to look it up again. It's something to do with small parts and toys and food. Kinder eggs are banned. Good, delicious Kinder eggs that are actually meant to be for children, but are so good they are enjoyed by grown-ups around the world. Now, you Americans are crafty because you found yourselves a loophole and brought in the Kinder Joy, which is basically a Kinder egg but in two parts, so the toys are separate from the egg part, and actually we have them here too, and they're almost even more delicious than the original Kinder egg. I'm also reliably informed that some shops just say meh and bring in the Kinder egg anyway. But yes, this is another law I didn't really mind breaking for you. I don't know why I did that like I was a small child unboxing a Kinder egg, but it seems to be pretty popular on YouTube, so yeah. Hello, new audience. This next law is a law they're actually thinking about bringing into Ireland, and I can kind of understand why. I have been the victim of this several times. I'm the victim of a crime. time. Texting and walking is illegal in some states. It's a particularly popular law in Hawaii. On a daily basis, I walk into people who are texting and walking, and also I am sometimes the person who is texting and walking and bumping into people. It's a good practical thing. So here's an example of what can happen when you text and walk.
Huh?
They're talking about bringing it into Ireland and creating texting lanes, which is really just a silly idea. Dear government, it's a silly idea, but maybe we could curb the texting walking a little. That would work. And finally, we're gonna break a law right here, right now, and it's going to be in America. This is a real law we're about to break.
Because I'm a bad, bad girl.
It was brought in as a preventative measure of hacking, and a tiny part of that implies that you cannot share your Netflix password in Tennessee. Yes, we're getting very finicky about this. It's a much grander law, but nonetheless, this is an illegal activity. So I decided to text my friend who's currently in America. His name is Irish Jesus, and I'll ask him for his Netflix password. Let's see what he says. Oh, he's just so nice, he's actually gonna give it to me. If somebody asked me for my Netflix password, I'd be like, hell no. Even you, Paul, so yeah, you're just a better person than me. That's it, that's 10 American laws that I have broken for you. And I hope you can conclude now that I'm no goody two-shoes. I'm a bad, bad girl. Today's video is brought to you by two lovely patrons who are Grimm Hades. Grimm's real name is Dusty, and it's Grimm's son Mitch's birthday on the 18th, so if everybody could wish him a happy birthday, he's going to turn 14 years old, which, as we all know, is a big deal. So wish him an old happy birthday in the comments. Grimm took his online alias from his pet dog and cat, which is a really cool reason to take on an alias. Michael Doherty is the other lovely patron. This is a picture of his dog Shannon, which is an Irish name and a really unusual name for a dog. Michael is the biggest Elton John fan I have ever come across. So if you feel like putting your favourite Elton John lyric in the comments, just to show your appreciation to Michael for making this video possible, that would be cool. And finally, if you did find this video funny, go share it with Bradley, that person you haven't talked to in 10 years. Be like, hey Bradley, you might find this video funny. And then you guys can be like, oh, it's a really long time since we talked. We must go for coffee. And then do that for like 3, 4, 5 months. Eventually you meet for coffee and realize you don't really have anything in common again. But my video brought you together and brought you to that realization. So share your video with your Bradley. Feel free to engage with one another in the comments in a respectful way, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Which day? Wednesday. Bye.
I'm covered in petrol.
It's actually my hair wrapping.